Welcome to Sunday morning, the first day of October, and we have a special guest for In the Know, meteorologist Chris Murphy. We are talking about October, and you know, Chris, in my opinion, this month, it really glows, doesn't it?
There's something special about October, I would say. I'm not sure if it's the height of fall. It's really when you see all the leaves changing in earnest in many cases. So it's quite beautiful. And as I get older, I'm appreciating it more.
Okay, so I'll have to wait a little longer until I can really appreciate the month, right?
Good one, Rachel.
I do appreciate October, though. Okay, in this segment, we want to ask Chris Murphy some of the top questions we get about the month of October. And Chris, this one, it's all about El Nino. How will El Nino impact the fall?
Okay, well, first of all, El Nino it's a naturally occurring climate phenomenon. And it happens about every 2 to 7 years, and it might last a year. Sometimes it lasts longer. We had a big one back in 2014 to 2016 that lasted over 2 years. So it's really all about the sea surface temperatures in the Pacific Ocean near the equator. So off this coast of South America, when it's a little bit cooler, that's La Nina. We just endured 3 years of that, and now it's swung the other way, so we're into El Nino. El Nino in Canada, biggest impact is the winter time.
For sure.
So in the fall, well, typically we start to see the beginnings of that. So that usually means maybe drier conditions on the west coast, and temperatures tend to be maybe a little more on the warmer side in the west, as opposed to a typical, what you'd expect fall pattern for Western Canada.
Okay, so that kind of leads us into the next question is, when should I switch the winter tires? You know, how will we see that impact in terms of what we have to do in our everyday lives?
All right, well, the key temperature is 7 degrees. Once you start getting below that, then you know it's time. So you don't, and we know every year it happens, people wait until the last possible minute and then they scramble and you find out, oh, I have to wait 3 weeks to get this thing. So plan ahead. You know the temperatures are going to fall. It's only a matter of time. And also, if you're in British Columbia, winter tires or chains on your tires, if you drive through the mountain passes, become, it's required by law as early as October 1st.
For sure. I am allergic to procrastination, so you know me.
You strike me as someone as such, yes.
I definitely don't delay putting on my winter tires. Okay, Chris, next one, it has to do with ski season. You know, some people hate the snow, but some people count down the days until they can shine the skis and the snowboard and get out. So our next question is, will ski season start early in BC and Alberta? We want the snow.
Yes. Ooh, well, El Nino is a tough one, you know. Like I remember back in the 2010 Olympics, you remember the struggles people were having getting the snow. I think they were actually shipping snow or flying snow in. That was an El Nino year. The following year was a La Nina year, and he almost had to ship snow out. There was so much. So typically El Nino is not great for the skiing business, especially in those smaller mountains like the North Shore Mountains. However, I look back and I think the 2014 to 2016 in Big White, that was actually a good year for skiing. So it kind of depends, although for El Nino it sort of tips the odds towards a less than stellar start to the ski season. But you know, things can change. We just need a couple of storms and we're all right.
Okay. Now, last question, viewer question. I like this one. Why do you guys use the term mixed bag so much in the fall?
Okay, first of all, I don't use the term mixed bag. It is one of my banes of my existence, but I see...
Do you really hate the term?
Oh my goodness.
You hate it? Okay,
absolutely.
good to know.
But I see why it's so popular, because this is when we start getting, like in the summertime, we say, oh, you're going to get rain, and in the wintertime, you're going to get snow. But in spring and in fall, of course, you can get snow, rain, freezing rain, ice pellets, grapple. I mean, am I missing anything? Probably, but...
So put it all up.
And you get your...
mixed bag.
Thank you for...
There is the mixed bag. Okay. Chris Murphy, it is always so awesome when you join me.